Throughout history, humanity has developed a wide range of methods to maintain order and enforce justice. But in the annals of ancient civilizations, the pursuit of discipline often crossed into the realm of the horrifying. Ancient punishments were not just about justice, they were spectacles of fear and control. These practices reveal the darker side of human ingenuity, showcasing methods that were as brutal as they were creative. In ancient societies, punishment wasn't just about punishing the guilty. It was a performance meant to deter potential wrongdoers. These punishments often reflected the values and fears of the societies that practiced them. For instance, in ancient Mesopotamia, the famous Code of Hammurabi prescribed a brutal eye for an eye system, cementing the idea that justice was meant to be harsh and direct. Similarly, in ancient Rome, punishment was not just retribution, but a form of public spectacle, often held in arenas for the entertainment of the masses. These acts served as grim reminders of the consequences of defying the state or societal norms. Execution as entertainment. The Roman Colosseum. Perhaps no civilization mastered the art of terrifying punishment better than the Romans. The Roman Colosseum was not merely an architectural marvel, it was a stage for death. Gladiators fought to the death, but the Colosseum also hosted gruesome executions. One particularly horrifying method involved condemning criminals to face wild animals, often with no weapons for defense. This punishment, known as damnatio ad bestias, was not just about killing. It was about humiliation and public spectacle. The audience roared as lions, tigers, and bears tore their victims apart, turning human suffering into a grotesque form of entertainment. China's lynching, death by 1,000 cuts. Ancient China was home to one of the most infamous methods of execution, lynching, or death by 1,000 cuts. This punishment was reserved for the most heinous crimes, such as treason or patricide. The condemned would be tied to a post while the executioner methodically sliced away portions of their flesh, prolonging the victim's agony for as long as possible. The goal wasn't just physical pain, it was psychological torment, as the slow dismemberment symbolized the victim's disintegration in both body and reputation. Lynching was a chilling reminder of the state's power to strip away not just life, but dignity. Medieval Europe, the torturous Inquisition. In medieval Europe, the Inquisition brought a new level of creativity to punishment, often under the guise of religion. Instruments like the Iron Maiden, the rack, and the Pear of Anguish were designed not only to extract confessions, but to instill fear in the masses. The rack, for instance, stretched the victim's body until joints dislocated and bones snapped, leaving the person permanently disfigured or dead. The Iron Maiden, a coffin lined with spikes, was a chilling example of psychological terror, as victims were locked inside to die slowly. These punishments served as brutal warnings against heresy and dissent. Ancient Persia, the scaphism, torture. One of the most terrifying punishments in history comes from ancient Persia, scaphism, also known as the boats. The condemned was stripped naked and placed in a hollowed-out log, or between two boats. They were force-fed milk and honey, which caused severe diarrhea, attracting insects to their exposed skin. Over days, the victim was slowly eaten alive by maggots and other creatures while remaining conscious. This punishment was not only physically excruciating, but psychologically harrowing, as the victim was aware of their slow and inescapable demise. The Aztec rituals, a blend of sacrifice and punishment. In ancient Mesoamerica, the Aztecs viewed punishment and sacrifice as intertwined with their spiritual beliefs. Captured warriors or criminals were often sacrificed to appease the gods. In one ritual, victims would be bound and forced to fight a well-armed warrior with only a ceremonial weapon. Others had their hearts ripped out in grand ceremonies atop pyramids, their still beating organs offered to the gods. To the Aztecs, this was not just punishment, it was a sacred duty, demonstrating the profound connection between religion, power, and fear. The psychological power of fear. Ancient punishments weren't just about inflicting pain, They were about instilling psychological terror. Public executions ensured that the masses witnessed the consequences of defiance. The methods were designed to be as much about humiliation and fear as about physical suffering. By making punishments public and spectacular, ancient rulers cemented their authority, reminding everyone that the state's power was absolute. The terrifying secrets of ancient punishments offer a chilling glimpse into the lengths humans have gone to enforce order and maintain control. These methods reflect the darker side of human history, where cruelty and creativity intersected in the name of justice. While we may look back on these practices with horror, they serve as a stark reminder of the importance of humanity and compassion in shaping the systems of justice we rely on today.